Welcome back to Swoley Cannoli, where we're all about playing games and getting gains. On today's episode of Joystick Judgment, we're talking about A Monsters Expedition, developed by Draknek and Friends, released in 2020. We're going to rate this game on a scale of 1 through 10, based on the music, story, visuals, gameplay, and length, where each area can score a maximum of 2 points. So let's jump right into it with the music first. Now, I want you to close your eyes, take a listen, and tell me what you see. I see a cute little monster on a journey to discover more about the human race from an outdoor museum, traveling from island to island by solving Sokoban-style puzzles. And that's pretty much what you get in a Monsters Expedition. And although some of the puzzles in this game do get really tough, it's really hard to get upset while playing. The strumming of the guitar, the sound of the breeze from the surrounding ocean, the crunch of the bark from the trees you chop down as they land in the soft grass, the splash that those logs make when you push them into the water to make a raft, the noise that's played that mimics a sigh of relief every time you progress to the next island, even the gentle cymbals that are played every time you make a mistake and hit the undo button. It calms the mind. This section easily gets a 2 out of 2 from me. On to the story. Now, there's not much story we get in this game, but what we can assume is that since the game is set in a museum about humans, the monsters of this world either exist after we've gone extinct or live parallel to us in a separate world, kind of like in the movie Monsters, Inc. I like the humor and pop culture references in each exhibit, and I felt motivated to do more puzzles every time I saw one in the distance. I wish we got more lore on the monster world or the character we play as, but it's better than nothing, so I'll give this section a 0.5 out of 2. On to the visuals. I find the art style in this game to be very charming. I love the reflection of the waves on the shores of each island, the exhibits and points of interest that stand out and pique your curiosity enough to keep pushing on. It's nice how most of the map is obscured by clouds, usually hiding things just enough for you to look off in the distance and tell that something important is just out of your view. And I love how when you go into a mailbox to fast travel, you get to zoom out and see all the progress you've made and just how ridiculously big this map is. I'm going to give the visuals a 1.5 out of 2. On to the gameplay. This game seems easy enough. Push a tree over to make it into a log, push the log around until it creates a bridge, walk over that bridge to the next island, rinse and repeat. This seems simple, but what impressed me is just how far they took such a simple concept. You'd think after playing this for over a dozen hours you'd be a pro at these types of puzzles, but nope. They keep finding ways to stump you. This title was so fun, I went back to do more puzzles even after rolling credits. The epiphanies you get when finally realizing the solution to a puzzle are peak. And I like how this game encourages you to take breaks as well. You can just sit on the shore, sip on some coffee, or munch on some popcorn and just vibe for a minute before moving on. This section gets a 2 out of 2 from me. On to the length. If you love Sokoban style puzzles, you're in for a treat because this game has a whopping 726 islands to complete. 726. And yeah, some of these islands you can breeze through because they're tutorial areas, but I feel like most of them are pretty challenging. For reference, I've put in over 26 hours into this game and I've only completed 411 islands, a little over half. The game makes you complete a decent amount of puzzles before you can get back to the boat and roll credits. So even if you just want to do the bare minimum, it's still quite challenging. I feel like I got way more than my money's worth, and I think it's challenging enough that I don't know if I could ever 100% a game like this. This section gets a 2 out of 2 from me. 3 games I would say are similar to a Monsters Expedition would be Baba Is You, Isles of Sea and Sky, and A Good Snowman Is Hard to Build. So to wrap this up, A Monster's Expedition is a very zen experience that will have you equal parts frustrated and meditative. As a fan of the puzzle game genre, this one had me obsessed for quite a while, to the point where I didn't even want to play anything else. It's light on the story, but if you're itching for lots of puzzles, aesthetics, and minimalistic sound design, you're gonna have a great time here. I'm giving this game an 8 out of 10. If you want to try A Monster's Expedition for yourself, it's available on many different platforms, but it goes on sale on Steam for around $8. I want to thank you for tuning in today. Like the video and subscribe if you want to see more game reviews, and to those that have played this game, did you hate it? Did you love it? Comment below what exercise you did today and let me know which game I should review next. This is your host Zach, signing off.